So I've finished sheathing the floor, finally. Can't even tell you how repetitive that gets. And I'll point out a few things, and then I have some other things to do, so this isn't the end of the video. If we come over to the back, now I already showed you all that, so I don't really need to go over that again. The garage came out alright. Like I said before, the edges, it doesn't matter what they look like, so that doesn't look the best, especially at the end here, but it doesn't matter. Same with right there. I put little lines here where the edge of the floor is beneath it, so as you can tell, this floor overlaps this floor just a tiny bit, like 1/8 of an inch. And then right here is where the door will be, so it actually looks kind of decent there, and then it doesn't really matter. Again, I forgot the fireplace. I'll get to that when I'm doing the walls. I'm not worried about that right now. So, now if I sit down, that edge looks really nice actually. The siding actually curves. If you look, the siding kind of curves as it goes. So the sheathing is what's not straight. The actual floor itself is straight, but the sheathing isn't. But it really doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm ready to go. The floor is nice and flat. If you look at it on the side, there's nothing bumping out. Looks pretty nice. There's 3 things I need to do before I build the walls. The first one being I need to put, let me show you on the other house, if you don't know what I'm talking about. I need to put kind of like cushioning on the bottom. So on this house, oh, this thing's freaking heavy. If you look at the bottom, there's like pieces going perpendicular to the joist down there. See, like around the outside too. And that's so that when this house is on the floor, I could slide it and it's not going to rip off those joists, because if those joists catch the carpet, it'll just tear them right off. So if I put flat sticks under there, it's not going to do that. So I'll do that next, and then I'm going to sand it. I have a bunch of sandpaper. There's a lot of high spots, and it also kind of fill in some of those gaps with sawdust, I guess. It kind of makes it just look a lot nicer. And then after that, I have to measure for the walls, and after I do that, I will be ready to actually build the walls. So I'm probably going to do that all in this episode. One more thing I want to say, the camera I've been using for the time-lapse, this one, is going to be going away. I know it looks great, I think, in the time-lapses, but I'm going to be using the GoPro, which looks just as good, rather than that, because, and I'll make this very brief, they're building a house right over there, and I'll be making a time-lapse of it. I'll have that camera outside in a box making a time-lapse, so that's just today's episode, and I'm going to go ahead and do the thing on the bottom. Alright, so I just real quickly did that. That's what the bottom's gonna look like. So the floor will just kind of float on these flat pieces I just put here, so that if the house is on carpet, it won't rip these things off the joists. It'll just slide on top of these, so it's kind of a smoother surface. As you can see, I put a lot of pieces here because the garage is here, the house is here, and it just kind of connects the house and the garage a little better. So now they're connected a little more, and the house actually feels pretty solid now when I lift it up, so that's good. If I set it down, and so yeah, now it's actually lifted off the ground a little bit. The siding will cover that up, so you won't really notice it. So just like on that house, you can't even tell. But yeah, so and you can see them down there. I didn't sheet that part yet, but yeah, so that's today's update. Next thing I'm going to do is sand it. I'm not going to make a video of me sanding it. Well, I'll probably make like a real-time video and just upload it to YouTube, but I'm not going to make a time-lapse of it because it's kind of, I don't know, not that interesting. And then I'll mark the walls out. I'll make a video of me marking the walls out because that's kind of interesting how I do that. And then next episode you'll see the walls go up, so that's exciting. And I'll see you later.